If you're a streamer or you've been around the streaming ecosystem, you know what this is. If you're not, or if you're on the fence about buying one, let me show you what the Stream Deck is and why you might want to buy one. What's up guys, it's Nick, and I'll be honest, I bought my Stream Deck as a commodity and only because I had it as a goal since I first started streaming. I basically used my entire first Twitch payment on it. At the beginning, I thought I would only use it for streaming, but lately I've been using it for workflow and everyday activities or just general use, even more than I've been using it streaming. Unboxing an Elgato product is always an experience. Packaging feels premium, branding is on point, booklets are down to a minimum, and you just get your product. Straight out of the box, we get the 15-key Elgato Stream Deck. Now, there are other versions of the Stream Deck, namely the Mini with 6 keys, the one we have with 15 keys, and the XL with 32 keys. There are two main differences between the Mini, the normal one, and the XL. Basically, the XL has a more premium stand, while these ones have a very janky one. You can feel that it's plastic and cheap. The XL also comes with a braided, removable USB-C cable. There's also the matter of price, and well, $250 is quite a bit for a glorified macro board. Even $150 is way too much. If you've ever seen the Stream Deck but you've never touched one, they feel exactly how you expect them to feel. The LCD screens have a smooth surface to them, and when you press down on them, they feel mushy, like a rubberized switch. It's actually pretty pleasant. Each one of the keys is backlit and customizable. Sadly, while the USB cable is quite long, there might be some issues down the line with connectivity and just damaging it because it's not removable. Now, the Stream Deck was released in 2017, and while they did get the removable USB-C cable on the XL, you might think that in 3 years they might rehash like a version 2 of the Stream Deck, but they haven't. Now, why is this little rectangle with images such a big deal? Well, for starters, the software. While there are other macro boards out there, the integration with streaming, Elgato's proprietary knowledge, and all the other things that make everyday activities so seamless and effortless make this a great buy. First, you need to download the Stream Deck software from the Elgato website. You can access this by simply touching the welcome button once you connect it to your PC. And here's something huge. You're basically limited to your imagination on what you can do on this device. The customization options are immense, and there shouldn't really be two Stream Decks with the same use and workflow. It does come pre-programmed with integration like OBS and Streamlabs OBS, as well as access to Twitch controls and voice mod. And if you go to more options, you'll be greeted with a plethora of more actions around the board. You can also set different profiles which can automatically be swapped to once you load an app, as well as creating folders if you need more space for set profile or just different actions you want to control. Like I said, the sky's the limit and you can choose what you want to show and what you want to display. Do you want a direct link to, let's say, Twitter? It's as easy as scrolling over to website, dragging it across and placing it wherever you want. But wait, do you want to show, let's say, Angry Birds as a display icon? You just find whatever image you want to use, download it, set it from file, and you're done. Now, Elgato does offer the option for creating your own image. However, everything's been done and everything's online, so like I said, your imagination is your limit. Finally, you can also set up a GIF as a sleep screen or any other image you want to use to personalize your setup. Now, before we get into its use in streaming, let me show you what I've been using it for and why I think it might have a use in your setup even if you're not a streamer. Right out of the bat, you'll see that I have an on-brand image. This is the one I use for my screensaver, but if we click, we go directly to my profile. Now, you'll see a lot of icons, but I'll try to go through them very quickly. On the first row, I can take it back to the screensaver page if I'm not using it anymore. And right next to it, I have an analog clock that just reminds me of the time. On the top right, you'll see one of my favorite integrations, my view count and sub count. And yes, I might have an issue by looking at it and refreshing it every 5 minutes, but it's good to have your goals close to you. The middle row is for things I use every day. So we have both RuneScape and Valorant, which are my go-to games, and it saved me some time when I can just click them and they'll just show up on screen so I can play. It might be less than 5 seconds save, but hey, it's quality of life. Next to it, I have a Windows hotkey setup. It's the Windows D key. This will minimize everything I have on my screens, and I use this to have access to my desktop and just to keep everything clean and not cluttered. I also have a designated wallpaper engine shortcut to change, well, my wallpapers, and this little guy, which we will talk to a bit later. On the bottom, I've added access to Discord, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch, and These are mainly there for ease of access and to remind you all to go follow me on my social media. If you're an editor, you'll also have different shortcuts to whatever program you use to edit. And I've also heard that some teachers in schools have been using the Stream Deck for their Zoom classes. As the name implies, the Stream Deck was created with streaming in mind. So we hit this little dude here, and that will take us to my streaming controls. With the multi-action tool, you can set up as many things as you can or want to start your stream. Do you want to open Streamlabs, Twitch, and Twitter at the same time? Just program it, and with a click of the button, you're set. While in OBS or Streamlabs OBS, you can also choose to switch scenes if needed. You can also choose a source, hide your camera, mute your mic, or even go live or record. You'll also notice that when I hit the mute button, it dims so you know if you're muted or not. This also goes for your current scene and a few other things as well. With the Twitch integration, you also get a very diverse control panel. Whether you want to set your chat in follower, sub, or emote only mode, as well as slowing it down so you can read your messages. You can also create clips, clear the chat, and you can even run an ad. For streamers, even though it's not a necessity, I would highly recommend investing in one because it just makes everything faster and easier. You will get used to it very quickly and you'll wonder how you ever lived without one. Now, this device isn't for everyone. Its steep price really makes it difficult to recommend. There is a mobile option which does come with a free trial, but after this, they start charging you $3 a month or $25 a year. If you do want to try it out before investing $100 or more on hardware that you may or may not use, I definitely give that a chance. This was a goal of mine ever since I began streaming. Besides feeling proud of myself and what I accomplished, I feel like it really has made a big impact on what I do with my PC. Gaming, workflow, and just everyday use has become much faster and easier. I would definitely recommend you try it at least once, so if you're on the fence about buying one, take this as a sign to get one. I hope this video was informative and you enjoyed it. Remember that a like and a sub goes a long way, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye.